I didn't think so. Anyway, my name is Clem Cash, and I guess my current title is Territory Manager for Heartland Paper Company. We are the ones that supply you with your paper products, cleaning products, laundry products. Okay? So you have an idea who I am. And yes, Stephanie is correct, I will be retiring, so this is the last time this group will have to put up with me. So, I will say though, it's been a pleasure, I've enjoyed this very much. But, anyway, I don't like to use microphones, so I hope you can hear me. I think you all have a copy of the questions. I don't know what color it is in your book. I don't know how to turn that thing Thank you. Is it magenta, pink, whatever? Okay. I am not one that likes to give tests. I was never one that likes to take tests. So I will go along and give you the answers as we do this. All right? By the way, Stephanie, how long do I have?
30 minutes.
30 minutes? Okay. First one, slip and fall prevention. How many of you gone through training on that before? How many of you know what the cost is of a slip and fall, approximately? Any guesses? Couple hundred?
200,000.
Not quite that, I know.
50,000.
While the cost to have somebody's broken leg fixed may only run $5,000 or $10,000, depending, a suit, if it's a slip and fall and serious, even death occurs, a suit to fight that can be up to $40,000 and $50,000. So that's why you've had slip and fall training. That's why it's very important that you let whomever person is, whether it be Rich, Dan, Arlen, whomever, if you see a possible slip and fall hazard somewhere in the building, let them know. When you think about it, you've got a lot of older people walking through here, obviously, but you've also got their grandkids running through here. If you got a little kid running through, I'm sure he's the first one to walk and say, oh, I can't go there because it's going to trip me, right?
Yeah.
No, they just run.
Right.
It could be a little raise in the carpet. It could be a little wet spot on the floor. It could be something sticking out from a wall. Notify your supervisor as to that situation. Like I said, sure, they go have a broken leg fixed. Like I said, it might be $5,000. But anything that occurs after that, and I don't think Neil wants to avoid larger things, and so does Deb. So it's a very important part of your daily job. Don't ever think it's too small. I mean, a little drop of water, a little puddle of water this big, somebody could fall if they're not too steady. You've seen that commercial on TV, help, I've fallen, I can't get up. Everybody makes a joke about it, right? It's really serious. If they do fall and can't get up because of something that happened here, it can cost your company a lot of money. So I think it's that old Fram commercial, pay me now, pay me later. Fix it now, I don't want to pay later. So, who's responsible for slip and fall prevention? Everyone. All right, so obviously the answer to number one is D. Going on to another one, it's a good idea to mix chemicals. How many of you have done that? We've talked about that last year too. Come on, is she the only one that's ever done it?
Well,
Have you? Can I ask why?
like 15 years ago, my sink drain went through, so I put Drano in there, and that didn't work, so I put bleach or something else, and then
And you're
I
still-
didn't open the windows and leave the house.
So you're still alive?
Yeah.
Okay. You're very lucky because a lot of people will do that, whether it be in toilets or cleaning. There are the stories out there, and they are true, where somebody had put a product on a toilet or sink to try and get it opened up, and it didn't, so they poured bleach on it, and we'll get into bleach later. it can create a very deadly gas. So you do not want to mix chemicals at any time. I've also seen people take one type of cleaning product and they thought, well, it's not quite doing the job, I'm going to add another one to it. Not a good idea. First of all, unless you're a chemist, you don't know what the reaction is going to be. And now, people have done it, I have to admit, I did it a long time ago. You've had to mix chemicals at one time or another. The other reason for not mixing chemicals is that the manufacturers, when they put out the list of how to dilute a product, what to do with it, and so forth, if you do it according to their instructions, they back the product. The minute you add something else to it, that warranty goes away. They will not back the product. If you get hurt, such as this instance there where you mix two chemicals and something happens, they're not going to stand behind the product because that's not what they said according to their label. So please, don't ever mix chemicals. If you have a situation such as a drain or something like that, get a hold of your maintenance department and have them come help you. Don't do it on your own. Don't mix glass cleaner with a floor cleaner. I don't need reason why you would, but please don't. Those type of situations, you don't want them. All right, does everybody understand that? I see a lot of nodding heads, but again, I find it hard to believe that only one person has ever mixed chemicals. And believe me, I've got a customer right now that mixes 3 different chemicals together. Does a great job for what he wants to do, but I told him, I said, we're not going to back any of the products, neither is the manufacturer. His answer was, I don't care. Okay, fine. But I warned them, if something happens, if their boss comes to me and says, well, why was he doing this? I have told him, and I told his boss this too. I said, so we're not going to back the product. So it's up to him now to make that change. All right? So again, it's not a good idea to mix chemicals. True. Next thing, another area I bring up every year, and I'm sure people are tired of hearing this, eye wash stations. How many of you know where all of them are located? Rich does, yes. Okay. How many people are here are from Meadows? Okay. Do you know where your eye wash stations are?
Yeah.
Pretty much. Do you or do you not know? Have you ever gone to look for them? I'm not getting too good answers on these.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know why eye wash stations are important? Okay. Not only because for your eyes, if one of your coworkers has something splatter in their face, you've got to know where that eye wash station is because they're sure as heck not going to be able to find it. So, if we go to in Bethany, where are they at? Give me some ideas.
400
Okay.
kitchen.
All of the above. They're located in all those locations. But again, it's not just cleaning chemicals. It's not just laundry products. It's not just where washing where it can happen. How many ladies in here use acetone to remove fingernail polish? Oh, no, that's every.
I was a painter, I used it every day.
Oh, did you? Okay. What happens if that splashes in your eye? It's not a chemical you're using here at the office or building. How many of you have acetone in your purse right now? If that splatters, and it has happened where you spill it and it splatters, something as simple as that. You've got to know where your eye wash station is. And don't get me wrong, I've asked a number of people where they're at, and a lot of places people don't know. At our company, I will guarantee you that probably 90% of the people don't know where the eye wash station is. It is located in our chemical warehouse out back, by the way, if you don't know that. But it is very important. I know we laugh about it, we joke about it, but it is a very serious situation. You can get false teeth that will work for you. You can get hearing aids that will help you hear. It's tough to get your eyesight back. It very rarely happens. So again, that's what the protection is for. It's for your protection, to protect you in the future. I'm trying to think of a good way to put this. You're an idiot if you don't know where they're at, because someday it's gonna happen. Something's gonna splash in your eyes. Something's gonna splash in your coworker's eyes. Please go visit them. And the other thing is, how many know how to operate them? Rich does, and Dan does. How many of you know how to operate your eye wash station that you've seen? Very good. Go look at them, go find them, find out how to use them. In the time when you're out there and you're something in your eye, something is happening, is not the time to read the instructions. If you can't get somebody to, I know it seems silly, but it's those little things. So if the person that goes with you knows where it's at, they better know how to use it. Again, little things that you don't think about on a daily basis, but you need to learn. Need to learn how to do it. Okay. Are there any questions on that part of it? Okay. How many people are here from the home? Where is yours located at? Is that the only place? Is it? Yes, it is. The only one is located next to Dan's office. All right. Bethany Home in Sioux Falls. I think must be the only one here then.
All of them.
Oh,
There should be one.
laundry, kitchen, shower rooms, located in every one of them. Again, how many have actually gone to look at it? Pardon? Somebody said show me?
No, I've been
Oh.
shown it, like during orientation, they showed me it.
Okay.
I didn't go like find it myself.
Well, but do you know, they showed you all of them or just one of them?
They showed me one of them. They might have, I don't know, honestly.
Well, no, I mean, what I'm
I'm
getting.
pretty sure they told me where they all were, but they showed me as we walked by them.
Right, but I would still take the time to walk through and look for each one so you know exactly where it's at. There are double eye wash stations, there are single eye wash stations. There are eye wash stations where you take the bottle out of the container and put it in your eye. There are other ones you push a button and it sprays in your eye. So again, you've got to know where they're at and how to use them. All right?
Can they not also be used for chemical burns on your skin?
You can, you're flushing with water, but you might as well just go ahead and go to a sink. Most of these are located, there's gonna be a sink. So I would first go ahead and wash it off with that. Okay? If it's the only thing there, yes, but some of those are also a saline solution. And you really don't wanna be, as the saying goes, putting salt on an open wound. So make sure you know what the product is that's in there. If it's just distilled water, you're fine. But there are other ones that have a saline solution in them. Any questions? This is an easy group.
What if you get a failure in your eye at your own home, if you don't have a station there, what do you recommend?
Do you have a nozzle in your kitchen sink? Very simply turn that on and get that up in there. You want to flush it out as quickly as you can. Most homes are not going to have an eye wash station, but they are going to have some way of taking the nozzle and putting it up to your eye.
What contact solution works the most?
That's a good question. I don't know.
You're not gonna have enough of it.
Depending upon what it is, I don't have an answer for that.
Right, okay.
That's why I stick with whatever's
That's
in
your
there.
contacts, but I don't usually every contact you put it in your eye.
That I couldn't tell you for sure. That, yeah, I don't have an answer for you on that. I'm sorry. Okay, here comes one that I usually get in trouble for. Bleach is a good cleaner. How many agree with that statement?
I agree.
This is what we've argued about. If you look it up, bleach is not a cleaner. Bleach is a disinfectant. Okay? If you're wiping down a table, you're wiping down a surface, if you have gross soils on that table, chair, whatever, and you clean it with bleach, your disinfecting properties of the bleach are gone. You have to pre-clean before you use bleach to disinfect or sanitize. There are a lot of places, and I've seen them, where they'll take a bucket, put bleach in it, and while we're here, we'll include number 7 in this too. They'll take it and they'll wipe the table down with it, telling you it's clean, it's disinfected. It's not. Even if you look up the definition of bleach, it is strictly a disinfectant. Bleach removes color. But bleach does not clean. Bleach with a cleaner is fine, and you'll find those on the markets. Clorox, for example, makes a gel cleaner with bleach. Okay. But the chemistry, and don't ask me how they do it, is totally different. Are all, I'm trying to think how to put this, are all bleach products used as a disinfectant, how do I put this, approved by the EPA? No, they're not. It will have to state so on the bottle. The ones you use here, the Clorox bleach, is actually classified by the EPA as a disinfectant.
Won't that noted right on each bottle you buy?
Pardon?
That noted on the bottle when you buy it then?
Yes, it should say on there. I mean, most of them, all bleaches are somewhat the same. It's the different concentrations. There's a 5.5, 6, 6.5. Ours is an 8.25% hypochloric acid. But they have to register as a disinfectant with an EPA. Okay. And a lot of the state inspectors, OSHA, whomever, will look at that. Just because you have bleach doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna pass. Am I making sense to anybody? I'm kind of confused in my mind right here. All bleaches are basically the same, like I said. But if it's not registered as a disinfectant, the state may say no. Now, that'll be totally up to them. Okay. The other thing is, common question, what's the dilution ratio for bleach? 1 to 10. If the state comes in, what's the dilution ratio? 1 to 10. There are bleaches, and ours included, where it's actually a 1 to 8 to meet all the requirements. But again, state, whomever comes in, asks the question. Standard answer, 1 to 10. On the other hand, using it and diluting it, do it at 1 to 10. I think we had a situation where the person was not diluting it properly. So know what your dilution ratios are. As far as how long you can use bleach. Anybody have an answer for number 7? Actually, there's 2 answers. Any guesses?
6 to 8.
If you have an open bucket, the maximum is 8 hours. Okay. But if you have it in a container, a bottle, a jar, some sort, 24 hours. The next day, if you have this much left in your bottle, what do? Throw it away. Bleach becomes basically ineffective, and there are wipers out there. I know Clorox has them and everybody else has bleach wipes, and they're good for da-da-da. That's a different chemistry with the wipers and the chemical inside of it. It's not the same as standard bleach. But if you mix up a bottle of bleach, you've got 24 hours to use it. Do not refill it the next day. If you've got this much left in a quart bottle, dump it. You got this much left in a quart bottle, dump it. after 24 hours. I know it seems like